I want to share a little story with you. This has been a little bit of a week for us in our family. My Kathy in Ohio, Thursday night, was diagnosed with acute renal failure. I've never had God say this to me. When I got off the phone with Bill Thursday afternoon, I felt the Spirit of the Lord say to me, I need you to stay home tonight from church and pray and intercede for your sister. I was at the table with Paul and Pastor Debbie, and I said to her, I'm not going to church tonight, which had to sound strange, because sometimes I don't know where you are on Thursday night, but you always know where I am on Thursday night. For over 20 years, on Thursday night I've been with you. But I heard the Lord say, step away from that and pray. I picked up the phone at 3 minutes to 7 and called Kathy, and I knew I wouldn't get her because she had been unconscious. But I left her a message telling her that I was praying for her and praying for her on the phone. I hung up, plugged my phone into the wall, knowing nobody was going to call me. Everybody that I would hear from at church. So I put the phone away, turned the lights out, and I prayed. It can be a scary thing to be around me when I pray. I had my Paul with me this week, one night, maybe it's Friday night, and his mother's in D.C. doing the thing with Chuck Colson. She's sitting there with Congress people from Wall Street, talking about the kingdom of God. Awesome time. So it's been Paul and myself. Friday night I said, Paul, I'm going to pray. Now when I pray like I prayed, I said, I'm going to show you how I pray. I've never let anybody really into my room and space when I pray like this. And so for the next 3 or 4, 5 minutes, I prayed. And Paul was there, and when I was through, he had that roller coaster look, you know. Because when I began to pray, I grabbed a hold of the horns of the altar. And I said, oh, great God of my faith of the Bible, I come to you because I can come to you. You've paid the price that I can come to you. And you are the healer, and you are the multiplier, and you sustain us, and you bring every good thing into our lives, and you touch our minds and our bodies and our souls. And we are an extension of your presence and your power. And I worship you and I glorify you and I stretch myself. I stretch my voice unto you. I stretch my hands and my flesh unto you. I stretch my heart and my faith unto you. And I declare you holy and righteous and good and powerful and glorious and magnificent God. I worship you and I applaud you with my hands and I sing unto you. And I come to you now on behalf of my sister Kathy. I do not ask you for a single harvest that I have not seeded into. And in your word, you spoke to Abraham, and you know that my family seeds thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into the nation of Israel. That is my tithe. That is my first fruit. And you know that I have spent tens of thousands to find Jewish people in Argentina and Ethiopia, Russia, and other parts of the world and help them get back to Israel. I have fed Holocaust victims who are poor in Russia. I have fed orphans, Jewish orphans. I have taken care of Abraham's offspring. And you said it, that if you bless You said, I will bless those who bless you, Abraham, and I will curse those who curse you. And I've blessed your Abraham, and I've blessed your children. And I call now upon that harvest with my name on it. I expect to hear from Abraham's seed. I expect right now for the harvest that I have seeded to come into my life and to reach in Ohio and bring healing power to her body. I'm not asking you meagerly. I'm coming boldly before the throne of God. I've planted the seeds in faith. I believed your promises, and you told me, and I've come demanding the harvest that I seeded. 7:06, my phone rings. I'll be right back. I didn't recognize the number. And normally, I don't even know why I answered it, because it could be, business stuff, whatever. But I took the phone. I couldn't get my breath. I said, hello. And I could hear an echo. I knew it was long distance. I heard a man with an accent. Bishop Lanier. I said, yes. He said, this is, and I could not understand his name. I didn't get his name. I am calling you from Israel. If anything I say to you right now is a lie, I'm ready to burn in hell for it. You need to know I'm telling you truth. I'm not playing you. This is, and I could not get his name. I am with the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. I am in Jerusalem. It is 2 o'clock in the morning here. I've called to ask you, what can I pray with you about tonight? If I am lying or even stretching it, I'm ready to be consumed in 1,000 hells. It's 2 a.m. here in Jerusalem. But I'm asking you, is there anything I can pray with you about right now? I said, you just interrupted me from praying for my sister. I need you now to agree with me in her healing. He said, we will be gathering around the table in the morning. I will bring this request. I said, last January, God healed my kidneys. This January, I need him to heal hers. He said, is there any other request? I mentioned a couple, and I said, the beloved people of Hope Community Church, for their unity, that they will prevail. I hung the phone up. I'd stepped over to the wall to take it. And I ended the call, leaned against the wall, and just slid down it. I called my KB, because she's the only one I could think of. It wasn't Hope. And then I called Bill. I said, I need you to tell my sister. But I said, KB, where are you? She said, I'm walking. I said, I need you to get, this is a teaching moment. She said, let me get in my car. She sat in her car. I said, we've been talking a lot about the power of agreement. But let me tell you a story that just happened in your family. And what it says is this, that when you are in covenant with God, You see, there's been so many times I've walked into somebody's room in a hospital and they've said, Bishop, you came exactly at the right time. I can't believe your timing. It wasn't my timing. It was the very same thing. I stepped in because of your covenant. This man didn't call me because he's so great, but because my covenant is with God. You get the very same thing with your seeding into this house that I got as I did into Israel. And you hear this. When you are in covenant with God and you are needing to agree, God will bring someone into your life to agree with. If he has to wake up a Jew at 2 o'clock in the morning in Jerusalem and call you, and any other Thursday night I'd have missed the call. But if he has to wake up someone in the middle of the Middle East at 2 in the morning to call you, to agree with you, to accomplish his will in your life, he will